is going on, guys? Nice to see everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. Thank you, California Travel Videos, for the raid. That's so cool. Let me see who's in the audience. So we have a wonderful show tonight. We're going to hang out, have some evening coffee or a drink or a happy hour with Dee from Lady Bugout and get to know her a little bit on the more personal side and about her travels. And so let's say hello to everybody in the chat right now. Camille Tyler, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Mary Jones is in the house. What's up, Mary? Nice to see you. Thrifty Angela, get you a glass of wine, girl. We're going to have a good show tonight. Nice to see you, Angela. Brenda Oots, hello. Nice to see you. There is no smoke here on me right now, so thank goodness for that. I hope they get these fires under control soon. There's a little bit of haze, but not much where I'm at. Ava, how you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. All right. Shabna, what's going on? Nice to see you, my friend. Much love to you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Diane Phoenix is in the house. Excuse me. My allergies are acting up a little bit. So if I sound hoarse, that's why. Let me scroll on here. TGIF, what's going on, Bree? Nice to see you. Beverly Beltran, hello. Thank you for being here. Saying hello to Dee and Gina. And, well, that would be me. Dee and me. All right. Fairy Dust, Weep the Wild Winds. How you doing? I love that name. Love it. There we go, Diane. Dyson's Crazy Adventure. How's goes it? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Becky Allen's in the house. Hello, Becky. Nice to see you. My chat just jumped on me. Let me get back to Becky. No Bang Mellow. $10. Well, Mo Bang for your bucks. Thank you for that super chat. Let me play something for you here. I got a new one. Thank you for the super. I hope Gina buys the cats some treats because I'm tired of them chasing me. I'll get cat treats with that tip. That's for sure. I think that mouse is not wanting to be chased anymore. All right, guys, let me scroll back here. I got lost in the jump. Renee News Writer's in the house. Hello, Renee. Nice to see you. I'm glad you're healing up, my friend. She had a broken collarbone. And Jay, hello. Cookie is here too. What's going on, Cookie? Linda Barker's in the house. I got royalty in the house right now. Linda Barker, what's going on, Linda? Nice to see you. All right. Mo Bang, thank you so much, brother. Beverly Beltran, hello. Scrolling on here. Scrolling, as Van Life Rock says. That sticks in my head when I hear him say that. I go to sleep hearing that scrolling. I'm just like, Ray, you're fired. All right. Let me show Mellow Nomadic Adventures. Nice to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. I got your stickers, by the way. They're in my new video coming out on Monday. Let's see. Chrissy Johnson, hello. Thanks for being here. We got 34 in the house right now, guys. AKA Fordman, AKA Kenneth Oates. What's up, Fordman? Nice to see you. Tammy Cox is in the house. Van Vita Travels, who we will be rating right after this show. We're going to go over and show her some love. All right. Let me scroll on here. I might have got caught. Van CD Adventures, hello. Thanks for being here. Ray scrolls on Tinder. Just joking, Ray. I don't know if Ray's here. I haven't seen him yet. I don't know if Boondock Charlie's in the house. All right. So how is everybody doing? Are you guys having a great weekend? I know Paula, are you going to jump out of a plane again soon? Man, girl, I don't know. I couldn't jump out of a plane if there was nothing wrong with it. It's just not up my alley. But, man, more power to you. Your face on that way down, you were like, yeah. This is it. I loved it. That's awesome, dude. I'm so glad you did that. Big Tom's Van, what's going on? Nice to see you. Yes, I am doing better. Thank you, guys. We're gonna give it a few more minutes and let more folks get in here before Humble Lion is in the house. Hello. Virginia's in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Angie Hay Family Adventures. Thank you for being here. Karen Boardman is here. All right, we got 35 up in here. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing nobody. And I seen Van Vita. Oh, she's just saying hi. Paula, what's the next big adventure, girl? What are you going to jump out of or jump on or whatever? I mean, let's go bull riding. I'll ride a bull with you. Let's do that. Life Force Unleashed. What's going on? Oh, thank you for being here. You guys don't know Life Force Unleashed. I love his channel. Go check him out. Very cool. I'd rather jump off my dancing my dancing pole. Well, I have a friend that dances. This is him right here. Yeah, buddy, that's him. Oh no, I don't know. Mobang, I'm sure you could do better than that. Now, come on now. All right. Humble Lion saying hello to Ava. Here we go. All right, guys. Here in a minute, we're going to bring up D, but I want to give everybody a chance to get in here. Let you guys also know what's going on Wednesday night. My live, we were going to have the young lady that sings, Cindy Bouchard. She just released an album, and so we're going to have her on. We're going to spend the evening with her, getting to know her, and she's going to be doing some music for us. It'll be a music evening. So, we could call it music with dinner. You guys could have some dinner while we're listening to music, Let's see. Somebody else just came in. Adventures and Xanadu's in the house. What's going on? Nice to see ya. All right. I seen Paula say something. Paula, are you ignoring the bull riding question? Let's go bull riding. And the cowboys are cute. Cowboys are cute, Paula. Inspired to Wonder. Hello, Peggy Wyndham. Hello. All right, everybody's rolling in now. All right, the party is about to start. RV Weekends is in the house. What's going on? All right, guys, I'm going to play a channel member trailer. And then while that's playing, I'm going to bring Dee up so we can hang out with her for a little bit. Here we go. What is going on, girl?
Hi.
She has got moves. I seen her jamming down in the basement. Well, that was playing. She was getting down. What is going on? Nice to see you, Dee. Are you having a great day?
I am.
Awesome. Look at that infectious smile. You guys, when she smiles, it just catches me, and that's what caught my eye when I found her channel. The smile. It's just so nice, and it's like you've known her forever when she smiles. I love it. I love it.
I love your channel. There's something about you. I remember the first time I was watching you, I was just like, there's something I feel like I've known you all my life. So that's
awesome.
Crazy. Yeah.
Well, I would love to have been all the places. I'd love to know you all my life. I might have went to Bolivia and all those places with you. Shoot, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. All these awesome places that you have been to. And but we're going to get out of the way a little bit. So how long have you had a YouTube channel? I know some people already know this, but we're going to bring it up.
Yeah. I've had it for 4 months, I think.
Yeah, you're rocking it, girl. You're rocking it. That's so cool. That's so cool. And speaking of that, if you guys go watch her videos, her editor is her son. He is 14 years old, and he has his own channel called Spoon. His link is in my description below. So this young man does all of her editing. So he's kind of her right-hand man right there. So if you guys will, one of my mods will grab that link and run it in the chat. And go show this young man some love. He's got a gaming channel. He is a musician. I'm going to talk to him about coming on and playing. He's an accomplished musician from what I'm seeing. So you guys go check his channel out. Let him know that he does a good job for mom. So yeah, definitely. And how long? No, he's been editing all the way from the beginning for you.
Yes, yeah, and he had his channel on Twitch for quite a while, and I always encouraged it because, like most moms would say, oh, you're spending too much time in front of the computer. But I saw that he was getting some good skills by doing it. And every time he would ask for something new, like I'd say, okay, well, what do you think you can learn with this? And he'd say, well, I think I could, do this or this. And so I would watch him, and he just ran with it. So I had no problem at all kind of encouraging that for him. And he has done wonders. I mean, he's just, I sat with him on Friday night to kind of release a video that came out today. And he had his own that he was getting out, but he just is a wizard. He just like, I mean,
yeah. I looked at his channel. He's got great thumbnails. He's got it going on. You guys check him out. Let him know he's rocking it over on his mom's channel.
Yes.
So and the channel, my mods will drop that in the chat, and also if you guys miss it in the chat, it's in the description below, right under Lady Bugout's link. So you guys be sure and show him some love. All right. Yeah. Hello, Burning Up the Roads. And there's a couple of people came in. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to miss you. So 4 months in the spotlight. You're doing great. You got a killer little van. I love her van. That was the second thing that I grabbed up about her channel, is I hadn't seen too many small vans converted out like that. And she did it so well, especially her newest video. I love it. You guys should watch it. It's got it just shows the van more to me. It's not a tour,
like
but
inside.
It's more inside, and it's kind of how she does things. And that's what's hey, Prepper Chicken Texas. Hello, thank you for being here. So yeah, you guys check out her newest video. So tonight we are going to talk to her about her young life and her visiting other countries, and we're going to get some personal questions going on here a little later. So now I know from talking to you backstage, Bolivia was the first place you went to when you were young.
It was the first place that I went to live. Yeah. So and work. So
what drew you to Bolivia? What was that?
It was work. I mean, I had just graduated. I'm a cultural anthropologist, and awesome. I had a concentration in community development, international development. And so that was one of like the last frontiers at that time to kind of go and be somewhere where not a lot of people had been. And it just attracted me to that. Yeah. So
you were 22, fresh out of school, went to Bolivia. Did you go alone, or did you go with a group? Or
no, I went. Yeah, I was married, and awesome. Went. Yeah, we went together.
Awesome.
And had the adventure.
Awesome.
Had our first baby there. So
had your first baby there. So speaking of babies, your oldest is how old?
28. She'll be 28 actually.
And your
September.
Youngest is the one that's editing your videos.
Yes,
that's a good thing you had him. Late in life, he can be your editor. That's perfect.
That's right. Otherwise, he'd be out of the house.
Right, you're on your own, Mom. So in Bolivia, now what did you do while you were there? I mean, can you explain a little bit about your work?
Yeah, well, it's called participatory community development. So I worked with communities that we were basically in eastern lowland Bolivia, where it was more of the jungle instead of what you usually think of when you think of Peru and Bolivia, which is the altiplano, which is in the highlands. But these were agriculturalists who had been displaced from their homes up in the altiplano and promised land. And then they just kind of were dropped in the jungle with 50 hectares that was unfarmable land. And all their wool sheep died. And so I worked with organizations to try to figure out, because there was no infrastructure, no roads, no running water, no electricity, nothing. And so, yeah, and we lived in that too. I mean, so that was part of the philosophy of the organization, is to live among the people and learn with them, and then provide the connection for these outside organizations. So that sounds like it was was it emotionally draining, seeing such hard times on people? It was, you'd think, but it was actually just the opposite. Like, to see people who literally had nothing be living well and happy. I think that impacted my life the most. And has been with me ever since. I think I still carry that philosophy even with me today, and that's why with the minimalist living with the van, it's attractive to me, and I see how people were so like genuinely living, even though it was hard. I mean, it was. I don't want to downplay that, but there were so many other things that made life. So yeah.
So that's kind of where you got your minimalistic lifestyle from, is being there.
Yes.
Right. Seeing them thrive with little or nothing. That is pretty cool. That is awesome. And you were there 5 years, correct?
5 years, yes.
Was it hard to leave when you got ready to leave?
It was, but it was time. But the whole, I mean, we worked in 14 different communities, and they all came out to give us a big bash and a big send off, and so it had good closure. But it was hard because I knew that I probably would never see a lot of them again, which was true. I've not been back to be able to kind of. I mean, I've heard through others what the work that we did is carried on, but yeah, I haven't personally been back.
Right. Now I see Lunatic Fringe says in his discoveries there's some very interesting animals. What's the most oddest animal you've seen there?
Ooh, wow.
Or scariest?
Well, yeah, I mean the alligators. If I can't figure out. We were going to show some pictures, and I can't figure out the link. My Chrome isn't letting me share it. Yeah. So, but alligators. There were wild boar. Like rattlesnakes, huge tarantulas, everything in Bolivia is like super size. They were super size. I mean, like tarantulas, like no kidding, like the size of small chickens. First one I saw, I was like, why is that chicken walking so funny? Then I realized it was a tarantula. Like, get out the machete.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the jumping kind too.
that song comes to mind. I don't like spiders and snakes is kind of my deal. And now, yeah, that big of a tarantula, my cats would have ran. They'd be like, "Oh hell no, Mom, I'm out." So, did you ever have any dangerous moments being around any animals like that?
Yeah, I think we were, but when I look back at that time, I think, because I used to go on long walks through the jungle, like, and there's just like these little tiny paths in flip flops. I mean, like that's what everybody else wore. So you just kind of like learn that. And I look at that now and I think, what was I thinking? Like literally there were alligators on these water holes on either side of the jungle. There were rattlesnakes everywhere. I mean, wild boars that I could have run into. And never once crossed my mind. Never once.
Wow. Now I know why she's not scared to just park somewhere and go to sleep in the van. It makes all the sense in the world. Walking in the jungle in sandals with no issues. Yeah. Who cares about parking out in the woods by yourself? Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Right.
Now it makes sense. There you go. I was wondering, because I was thinking, I wonder if she gets worried being alone, because you seem so kind of quiet and not timid. I don't want to say timid, but I'm thinking now I know why nothing bothers you. Shoot. About 2 times seeing rattlesnakes and those spiders, I'd have been back on a plane to Oklahoma or Oregon, one or the other.
Yeah, I would encounter them often. Like we had an outhouse, and so you encounter rattlesnakes all the time going out at the middle of night. That's also where I learned about like the little, just have a jar and pee in your jar.
Yeah, peeing in a jar is much safer.
I was pregnant at the end of that, where I was like 8 months pregnant, and I had to pee.
Snap!
Like I was like, I'm not going out there.
I'd have been scared to sit on the toilet in the outhouse, man, thinking what fell in that hole down there. Shoot, exactly, man, goodness. So you were there 5 years. You come back to the States, and where'd you go? What'd you do from there?
Well, actually went directly from Bolivia to Dominican Republic.
Oh, how long were you in Dominican Republic?
Yeah, for about 22 years, I want to say.
Wow, yeah, doing the same work.
Yeah, in a very different environment, though. We lived in the metropolis or the metropolitan city of Santo Domingo, but we did work in the communities on the outskirts, like at the border with Haiti and things like that, but doing community development work, yeah.
Right. And so did you see a lot of downside to that area, or was it all kind of?
Yeah. And that's what I would say. Like, I think the contrast for me is that when you're living, like as hard as it was in Bolivia with not having any of the amenities of running water, electricity, or anything like that, you could have a garden. You could figure it out, like, and people helped each other, and they really did. There's a system called Aini. It's an ancient Quechuan reciprocity thing where you would share what you had, and then you would give a plate, and they would give a plate. You never gave a plate back empty. You would have something on the plate that you would give that was of equal value. So there was a lot more of that sense of community in the city, or like on the outside of the city in Santo Domingo. That's what's different. Is like when you don't have those things, you really are dependent on either like the government or churches or organizations that will help you to do that, because it's harder to kind of find that where people will help each other out.
Right.
Right. So
now, a lunatic fringe is asking a question. What do you do for a living? So I'll let you say it because I don't want to get it wrong.
Now, what do I do for a living?
Well, what'd you do for a living then, or what it was called, your job title?
I was an international consultant, and I still am. So I worked as a community development specialist, and it was a lot of connecting communities who were in need with organizations that could provide for those needs. Yeah.
Right. So, in 22 years there, so did you find was the country, I mean, did you get to travel around a lot there while you were there?
Yes. Awesome. It's a beautiful country.
Is
beautiful
it?
Beaches. Yes. Best kept secret for a long time. That, they never talked about Dominican Republic in the United States for a long time, but now they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful beaches.
Beautiful beaches. So now, when you were there, how long were you, or how long have you been back? Was that recent or? Yeah,
no, actually we have, people are going to be adding this up and figuring out how old I
am. No. So right now we're at 44.
Yes, we came back 12 years ago.
All right. I got you. So, I'm not going to say it. Everybody else had to be here to do the math. I got you. But you look great, girl. So when you were there, I'm bringing up van life. Was there any type of van life like that you seen there?
No.
No.
I was trying also to pull up we had a Toyota Jeep. And we all had to learn. It was like a really old one with no bells and whistles, and that's actually what I like about my van. It's like the standard version, and no automatic lock doors, no automatic windows, all that, because I feel more secure in being able to, like, if I'm stuck somewhere, to fix it, because we all had to learn how to fix it with paper clips and rubber bands, and because when you got stuck, there's no AAA, like in the middle of the jungle, you're screwed if you can't figure something out.
Yeah, in Oklahoma, it's duct tape and baling wire. We can fix anything.
Duct tape, you can fix
duct tape is and zip ties and baling wire. I still carry all that, and I'm always worried that they're going to think I'm a kidnapper. So I know. This broad has got duct tape and zip ties in the trunk. I don't know that it's a good stop. But
exactly.
See, hello, 5-page. Hello. To be there, see what does it say? Learning about yes. So what was it? Very cool. Was it cool learning about different cultures like that?
Yes, and I actually, we had to learn Quechua. So and I had known Spanish, so that's why we kind of learned Quechua. Other people who were working with us learned Spanish, but since we already knew it, we got the privilege to learn Quechua. We're one of, like, I don't know now, but then we were one of 1,000 Caucasians that knew Quechua.
Wow. So how many languages can you speak?
English, Quechua, and Spanish. I mean, I know a little German. My mom was German, so that.
Right on. Yeah. Say van life with Gina in Quechuan.
No. Mana yacha nicho. That's too hard.
Say it in Spanish.
Van life con Gina.
There you go. Only Spanish word I know is cerveza. I'm so sorry. I love it. So you were there 22 years. You had your first child there?
Yep.
Aisha,
my firstborn. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
She's the one with my grandchild. So
awesome. How's your grandbaby?
She's doing great. And thank you for all the love that everybody shared when she was sick. Yeah. Awesome. She's doing great.
Our Vision Nomadic Living, thank you for coming in. I'm seeing a few people popping in here. If I missed you coming in, I didn't mean to. We are just chilling. If you guys got any questions, pop them into the chat. So on now, what's another did you go somewhere else after that? Did you come back to the States?
Yeah, we came back to the States, and by that time it was more, we were doing a lot of consulting, and I went back to get my PhD. So that's what actually brought us back to the States. Is I got offered a scholarship to get my PhD, and so we came back for that. And but I ended up leaving it kind of all but done.
Leaving it all but done.
I mean, I did everything, and then I was actually in the process of defending my dissertation, and then some of the people that I was working with for my research dropped out of the study, and so it kind of all fell apart. And then I was like, why am I doing this? I don't want to be doing this anymore. So
Right. So but now you have been to Brazil, right?
Yeah, I've been to almost every Latin American country because we work a lot in Central and South America. So probably all over Central.
Lunatic Fringe is asking PhD in what? In what?
Yeah, in what do you call it? It's anthropology, but community development, and
awesome.
There's like all these different branches of that. So I was actually doing mine on social capital theory.
Oh wow.
So and that had to do with that whole idea of reciprocity and how we in our society actually have a system of that that's a little bit more refined, but it's kind of like when you look at social capital, it's kind of like you have financial capital, you have human capital, and then you have social capital. So
right. And it's all way out of my league. All I heard was capital, and I don't even know what's that. Yeah, capital. Human human anthropology. Okay, I see that. They said that. All right. So now
study of cultures.
Their study of cultures. See, that is so. What is the? Okay, so when either one of those countries, was there a very weird that you felt was kind of odd, like part of a culture that you just couldn't understand why they did it, or why they had it, or like a tradition. Yeah,
traditions that they had. There was interesting things about, like, what they had an interesting handshake that they did. The Quechuan Indians that we worked with would kind of do this thing where they would go in for a handshake, but then they would go like this with their hands, and then they'd tap you on the shoulders for a hug. And it was it was a bit like, you can't do it by yourself, but it's a really weird thing. I was like, I don't know,
shake your hand or hug you.
I know. Yeah, we ended up like jabbing people a lot because they come in for.
Here you go. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. That's cool. So now, this next question is a tough one. I told you backstage, it's a tough one, but I find it so interesting being in different countries like that. Can you remember or something come to mind of the most humbling moment you had in any of the travels there?
Well, yeah, actually, and I mean, I'm sorry if people heard this story, because I did tell it in one of my videos of just the woman who, like, so my whole philosophy of development is to go with people, live with them, learn from them. And when we had been there for like 3 or 4 months, which was also part of the philosophy, is, gain trust, don't do anything until people ask for it. I had called these community meetings and nobody was showing up. And I was like, what's the deal? Nobody is showing up for these meetings. And I, like, Saturday after Saturday, I would wait at the schoolyard for like 3 or 4 hours because, they're in their fields and you want to give them time. Right. Nobody would ever come. So then I was like, go to sit with one of the women who was doing her laundry. I had to do laundry that day anyway. So I sit up, next to her and try to, go, why isn't anybody showing up to these meetings? You guys said that you wanted to start and do things. So I don't understand. Help me understand. And she was just like, stopped everything, looked at me and was like, if you've come here to show us what to do, get out of here. We don't want you here. But if you have come to learn from us and listen to us, then stay and we'll teach you, so. Oh,
wow. Yeah.
And it shocked me. So it was very humbling because all my philosophy of development was that, and that she she was calling me out and saying, you've been here, you think you're listening, but you haven't sat here and done laundry with me one time yet. This is the first time you're doing laundry with me. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like that is like community development 101, right. And so really it was getting out and being in their lives, watching a few births, watching some deaths, being with them in that. And that is how you gain trust. And so it took a good year for us to really
join their journey is what you did. You join their journey for sure. Thank you, Prairie Life, so much. Thank you so much, my friend. So you put yourself into their lives, living the way they did. And so you lived where there's no electric, nothing like that.
Nothing.
And did laundry with, I don't know how they did it, in the rivers or whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Against a rock.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my own little system, but yeah.
Thank you, Becky Allen, so much for the super chat. And you've been there for childbirth. And so that was no epidural childbirth, I bet.
No. Oh, for my own too. Yeah. Well, and there were births that I was present with in the communities where, like, there was this one time there was a premature baby. I mean, like, so my granddaughter was born prematurely, and she was born at 26 weeks, and this baby I think was born at 24 weeks. No incubator, no anything, and I was like just holding this baby, and I'm like, there's like, I didn't know, they came to me and they're like, what do we do? She's not eating. I'm like, oh yeah, she should be in an incubator in a hospital somewhere. Yeah. And all I could do, I was like, just wet a cloth with your milk and just keep trying to get the baby to get some milk in it, get a dropper or something. So, and like a week later, then I didn't hear anything. And then a week later they came and they're like, she's fine. She's alive.
Nice. I bet you were freaking out.
It was very weird.
So when you had your child there, no hospital, just straight up there?
Well, I did. I did go into that. I went into Santa Cruz in the city, but that was a story in itself. Like, my doctor didn't know how to do a natural birth, because he was used to when women like me or like upper class women to him would come in, they wanted C-sections, and I wanted a natural birth with no epidural, no nothing. And he didn't know what to do with me. He like literally just put me in the hallway. And then when it was like coming out, he was like, okay, now. It was very bizarre.
Oh my God.
I'm glad I knew what I was doing.
Like, she wants the real thing here. What do we do? Just
leave her.
This is a real one. Oh my God. I would have been freaking out a little bit probably on that one. So
I have been through a lot of births. I mean, watching them and assisting in them before that, just by default. So that
had to be a humbling moment in itself, watching them birth in their villages or wherever. That's what. And you've also witnessed death and how they really let their folks go or whatever. So was that quite different?
It's so different. And I think that's something, we get so out of touch with death here. It's very sterilized for us. And so I think that is a big lesson as well, is like, there are always, well, not always, but often there, your whole family's there, attending to the body, attending to everything, all the little things that we push off to medical professionals. I mean,
I was a caregiver and for 20 years almost, and I've been to 38 deaths, being there by their side, and family wouldn't be there, or they didn't have family, and about the first 5 or 6 was devastating to me. But then somebody said something. This is a privilege to be there, and learning that that's a privilege, it makes you want to be there for them, and being a privilege to hold their hand or calm them down or whatever. That was probably a big humbling moment to me, was learning it's a privilege to help somebody cross over, I think, in my books. And it is sad, but yet knowing that you helped somebody that had nobody there just makes it all that much worth it. So for sure.
Amazing.
It is.
And that's how I would love. I mean, like, when I think about how I would love to die, it would be with my family and kids around me, and what a better way like to just have everybody present. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So now when you were in the Dominican Republic, it was a lot different than being in Bolivia. You were more in town or kind of living more modern. Did you travel out into where there wasn't modern living and like was that part of your job too? You went out and did stuff like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's our work brought us a lot. Like, I was saying that near the Haiti border, in some of the outskirts of the city. I mean, in the communities there. So
right. And so what is the most what is the prettiest to you, the prettiest country you've ever been to?
That's hard. Well, Dominican Republic does have great beaches. Bolivia had a beauty all its own. I mean, everything is like supersized. That's the only way I can put it, at least where we were in the jungle. But in the Altiplano too, we spent a lot of time up there. It was just, it's so different from anything I'd ever experienced. So
right. Yeah. So what's the winters like in Bolivia?
Well, it depends where you are. There weren't, I mean, where we were, it wasn't, it would get cold. They would call what they were surazos, that would be south winds that were coming basically from Antarctica and Argentina. Oh. And within 15 minutes, it could go from like 90 or 100 degrees Fahrenheit to like 60 or 50. And you could feel that 40 to 50 degree difference. Oh, and you would be like shaking, even though like 50 degrees, I love now. But then, because we had we didn't have like even the thing of having a fire in our house to warm us up like they did in their houses. Wow. So it was, it felt very cold.
S. Page says they're from New Zealand. Awesome. Have you ever been to New Zealand?
I have not. I
want to go to New Zealand. That's on my bucket list too.
I've been to Australia, but
I want to go there too.
Yeah, not New Zealand. I hear it's beautiful. I think that would be like, from what I see, beautiful.
So when you went to Australia just to visit, correct?
No, work. We were doing, a lot of our work is teaching and seminars and things like that. So it was a conference that we.
So what was your favorite part of Australia?
We went around to some people's homes there, but we spent a lot of time in Sydney, which it's a beautiful city in itself. I didn't get a lot of time, but we went to the zoo there too, and I saw kangaroos. That was like fun for me. I don't know, I'd never seen a kangaroo before.
You know what I fell in love with Australia was the show McLeod's Daughters. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. McLeod's Daughters, and it was just, they were sheep farmers out in the country. And I'm just like, I gotta go there. I want to go there. And I was just in love with that show. I was just like, and that made me want to see Australia so bad. And having a ute, I want a ute. I want that kind of car. I want that car. I don't think I could live in it, but I want it to pull behind my van. Thank you guys.
Well, I'll go back with you so that I can see more of it.
There you go. Thank you guys for the super chats. Let me play something for them real quick for the super chats. Hey, thanks, man, for the super. You rock. Don't my teeth look good, see? Don't my tooth look good? What a dragon, man. Dragons. Can't trust them. But let's see. I thought I seen another question. They're saying I love that show. Yeah, that was a good show. McLeod's Daughters, awesome. So, so in the United States, now you've done quite a bit of traveling in your van life and travels. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite part of the United States?
I have been all over the U.S. except for Alaska and Hawaii.
Okay.
And not in my little van. I had done a lot of traveling as a kid too before that. My dad made sure we saw every state in the Union. So I'm very thankful for that. But in my van, I've gone west and southwest a lot. I want to go
to Oregon.
Yes, I do. That's my next thing.
I'm here waiting on you.
Yes. But I love it in the Southwest. I love Sedona. There's something about it that really is attractive to me. Yeah, but and here the drawback, like, so I'm in the Midwest right now, and there's just not a lot of BLM land, so that is kind of a bummer because I'm spoiled now, going out west and having so many places to stay for free.
Right.
I have to go to a Walmart parking lot here to stay free.
Dang it.
Or a Cracker Barrel.
Have you ever been up to Western Canada? I see a question there. Western Canada.
No, I haven't. I mean, I've been to Canada, but not Western Canada, like Vancouver and all that. No, I haven't.
I've only been across the border up in Washington into Canada when I was driving trucks. So I haven't got to, I want to see Canada. Got a lot of friends up there. Really want to go there. And Alaska is, I want to take the Alaska Highway, go up there for sure. Yeah. Oh, I thought I seen another question. Okay. So let me ask you this. What in the United States? I mean, your work, you've done a lot of work in the States too, also, right? With your job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Studying cultures, is that what it was you're doing here, or?
Well, here it's more of the community development, justice and reconciliation types of things.
Right. What's the most interesting thing you've done here in the States as far as with work? Like what state or where you were or what it was about?
That's a hard one.
Uh-oh, I stumped her maybe.
You did, yeah. I don't know. What? I mean, like it's harder here, I think, because I don't know why. I think there's just
because you're from here?
Maybe.
Yeah, you see it different, maybe?
Yeah, and people just kind of are like, well, great, you have all that experience, but it doesn't apply here, which I tend to think it does. I think it's very, all the principles of community development are very transferable across cultures. Right. But I think here people, there's a lot going on, and there's, everybody kind of has their thing that they want to do and want to be the next best, brightest, whatever. And so it's kind of hard in that sense.
Right.
Yeah. So
I see somebody say they love Oak Island. They're from North Carolina. Woohoo!
Ooh, I was just in South Carolina. No, I was in North Carolina.
I got friends in South Carolina too. Nice. Nice.
At a retreat.
Yeah. Sweet. So yeah, when you get up here to Oregon, we're gonna have to go to Crater Lake. Have you ever been there?
No.
You're gonna love Crater Lake.
I have. Washington and Oregon, I kind of just have gone to very specific spots, so I would love to explore it more. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and so what's in your plans for coming up traveling? Like your next travel adventure with your van? What's your next plans?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to have some things around this area, like in Missouri and stuff. I'm going to meet up with some people, but then I just heard from Marshall about the M21
meetup. Yep.
And I'm going to go there in September.
Awesome.
So
there's another meetup, the Mayberry meetup, Mayberry, North Carolina. I don't know if there's any more spots there, but I'm sure there's other campgrounds, but that's a big one too. Mayberry
when
meetup.
When is that?
In October. And there's the Amana meetup, Amana, Iowa. Amana meetup.
I've got to look at all these.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have one out. So it's called The Gutted in September.
The Gutted.
Early September.
Where's that at?
It's in Alamosa, Colorado.
Oh, cool.
And so I heard about it through another channel, and then I asked if I could go, and they said, yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going. And so what it is they're going to be through 2 vehicles, a bus and a van, and they're going to be gutting it and building it there.
Oh, wow.
And so there are several YouTubers that are there that are good builders, and they're going to be doing that. I'm just going to be there like watching and cheering everybody on. But yeah, it should be fun.
That's awesome. I see Joy of Blessed Life is going to the Mayberry meetup.
Mayberry. Okay, so I'll have to look it up.
Joy Bliss Life, can you put the dates in the chat and I'll see if I see them go by or she sees them go by. Happy Camper says hello, D.
Hi.
Lots of meetups going on to Mayberry for sure. Yeah, there's the Amana meetup. Aaron Jimison is in charge of that one, and Happy Place Camping. I see posts on Facebook about it, so I'll get it. I'll find out about it and send it to you.
That's I have to, yeah, because I'm not on Facebook that much, so that's
Right.
maybe why I miss all these. Yes, so
Yeah.
if you
Hello,
guys don't
Time for
mention
Exploring. Yeah, I'll get them. I'll send them to you over on Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot with your Instagram?
I just started that too, so I'm like
Yep.
I'm a newbie at all this, and I'm learning.
Yep.
But I do. I've been trying. I've been trying to kind of crisscross those and be a social media person.
And if you guys do not know D, if you guys don't know D here, Lady Bugout, her link is in the description below. And right below her link is her son's link. He does all of her editing. He's a musician. He's a gamer. Genius. Yeah, he's a genius. There you go. You got it right from her mouth. That's right. I just seen his
proud
videos.
Mama.
He actually, that's proud mama. That's the way it should be. And but I'm telling you, she's not kidding. I went over to his channel. He's a musician. He's got great thumbnails. You go check it out. Learn some stuff about YouTube over there too. So you guys check him out. I was his 200th subscriber, so I hope we can get him up to about 220, 240 tonight. That would be great if all of you guys go check it out. The name of the channel Spoon. The link is in the description below, and we want to give him a big shout out.
Little S.
A little S.
Yeah, little S.
Yeah, little S. And but he does all of her editing, which I think that's great. A 14-year-old doing all the editing for his mom's big channel. I love it. I love it. So now I've got 3 questions I like to ask everybody. I did a show about it last week. What brings you joy?
What brings me joy? Well, like when you're watching your kids or your little kittens, your kitties, your cats, and they don't know that you're watching them. Yeah. And they do something and you just want to you just bursting. That's what brings me joy. When I'm watching my kids or now my little granddaughter and they don't know that you're watching and they do something and you just go, wow, that's
what that is. Watching my grandkids, they just sneak up on me sometimes. I'm just like, where'd that come from?
I know.
I love it. And he is at 205 right now, so he's growing a little bit. Yeah, buddy. Right on. Okay, Renee says the Mayberry meetup is October 14th through the 17th, perfect. And it is on Facebook under Mayberry Meetup, I guess. So there you go. Let's see here. I thought I seen another question. Yep, I just seen this. Everybody said they're subbing to him. That's so cool.
We're
gonna
guys.
help him out. That's awesome, guys. All right, and so now the next question in this trio of questions is, what do you fear?
No. No, that's not true.
Well, I know that you don't fear spiders and snakes walking in Bolivia with sandals and going pee outside with rattlesnakes. She don't fear much.
Well, okay. So I don't know if I have time for it's a little story, but
you got plenty of time.
Okay. Like 15 years ago, I was slowly kind of starving and they had no idea what was wrong with me. My body was shutting down and I had lost a lot of weight and nobody could figure it out. I have some rare disorder that literally 217 people had been diagnosed with it. And so I was dying. And so much so that my doctor's like, I don't normally say this to people, but you need to make your peace, say goodbye to everybody that you love and whatever. And I was here in the States and I had to go back to the Dominican Republic to do that. And so it was very weird because everybody was kind of giving me living eulogies as they saw me because they kind of knew that nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. And so a lot of people asked me that, are you afraid to die? Are you afraid of dying? And I had to think about it and I wasn't. And I was like, I really am at peace with that. Like, that is not what scares me. But what scares me to death is that I may not really be living.
Right.
And so to me, I think that is my biggest fear, is not really having lived. And I think that has like set the trajectory too for me of like when I did live, and I'm fine now.
Right.
You know, I still have some dietary restrictions and stuff from that, but I think I want to live. I want to really live, and I feel like I'm able to do that with this, and it's been like wonderful. So
I totally understand that. With my health, you know, when I thought I was dying, I was in fear of dying. I wasn't scared of death, but I was scared of dying, and my daughter wasn't settled in life yet, but also not getting to do what I really want to do. And sometimes that still plays on me a little bit, not really getting to do what I've learned that I enjoy so much is van life. So yeah, that's on my mind a lot. I want to do, go. I don't want to run out of time type thing. And so I feel you on that. I understand.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I think that's why it's like, I don't have a lot of fear, because it's like,
Right.
I've got one life and I'm gonna do it. And if I, if something happens doing it, then amen.
Right.
Because
Right.
I'm living.
Right. Yeah. Back off all those snakes and spiders. She ain't scared. All right. The third part of this question is all in fun. What's in your pocket? No
Nothing.
Pockets. I
have pockets, but they're like lints.
Pocket full of lint and buttons, baby. That's where we all come from. That's what I always say. That is one of the fun questions. Last week we had about enough money, and we had enough people with stuff in their pockets, enough money to get to Reno, but not enough money to gamble. And we had a flashlight and some keys. So we were doing good.
I would normally, I might have my keys maybe, but I like that question. It's true. Like I think nothing is a good thing for me, because I really do. I try to be minimalistic, and I like to think of like, how can I just continue to purge and get things down to where I'm not carrying a lot. I don't like to carry a lot around.
Well, yeah, and I was looking in your van. I watching videos of your van. You don't have. See, my van's big, and I do have a lot of stuff. But I used to be bad about keeping everything. Like, oh my God, don't throw away that screw because that might fit something. Don't throw away that little gum holder because that might hold that screw that I just put in the drawer.
Right.
Yeah, and I still catch myself doing that, but I'm getting pretty good about just throwing it all away now. Just like, you don't need it.
Yeah. It is. It's like one of those things where I started off with a lot more in my van, and it was just kind of like, why am I carrying this stuff around? I'm not, like, if I really need it, I can go to the grocery store, or I can go to Walmart, or like I really just started thinking like, it's not like I am living in the middle of the jungle somewhere where I don't have access to that stuff.
Right.
So
my biggest downfall is the dollar store. You can take $20 in there and come out with 20 items. I mean, you may not need them, but I can find 20 items in the dollar store that I can find to put in a junk drawer somewhere.
And then you watch Angela's channel and you go, oh, and I can make this beautiful stuff with it.
Exactly.
Angela.
Yes.
I love it.
I can buy all that stuff and go watch her channel and make something to hang on my wall. That's it. That's exactly it. That's it. I went to a local little bar here, played some pool, and I had like all these pictures of different bands, and he had a concert ticket for each band, and I couldn't resist myself to buy he had albums for sale for $1, so I bought my favorite album right there. And my daughter goes, what are you going to do with that? You don't have a record player and you live in a van. I go, I'm putting it on the wall. What are you talking about? So yeah, I had to spend $1 for that Billy Joe album for sure. All right. If you guys got any questions in the chat for Dee, be sure and pop them in here. I'm going to try to read them as we go. Oh, thank you. This is a great interview. Thank you so much, Happy Camper.
Thank you.
Shebna, thank you, my friend. Let's see. Ford Man, I seen you had a fall, brother. Take care of yourself. That walker got in the way. You need to paint it put flames on it so to go faster and keep up with you. So all right, so your travel plans, what was it now with your van coming up?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that the next one will be in Colorado.
Awesome.
The next far one, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to
5 days.
thank you for coming on here and hanging out with us. This was a lot of fun, and if you guys don't know Lady Bugout, you're missing out on a great channel. She's got great content. She does great editing. Her son does great editing. You should check it out.
He makes my channel.
I do like to ask you guys, what do you film your videos with? What kind of camera?
Just iPhone 12 now, but it was an iPhone, I don't know, 11 something, or maybe a 10. But yeah, I sometimes my daughter is a professional videographer, and she has a Panasonic, I guess, and that's what we sometimes film on, but not very often. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like. I was wondering if it was an iPhone, but it's all very good. Thank you guys so much in the chat for hanging out with us tonight.
Yes.
This has been a lot of.
I want to say, I love this community. You guys, I can't always be on the live chats, but I always kind of watch them after the fact, and I try to visit as many channels of you guys and give you encouragement too. It's like you were here when I was just starting out, and I had no idea. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but I love hanging with you guys, and it's always fun. And yeah, I can't wait to meet some of you. It'll be great.
I feel very fortunate to have met you when you were a very small channel and watch you just sprout out there. That is amazing. And you guys, this is what it's about. Having a good time. She has a good time with her stuff. And don't think that you can't do it. You can't get subscribers, because you can. I seen her when she was very small, and it's just, put yourself out there, take the chance. All you YouTubers that are not sure if you can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, and I would have never. I mean, I never planned to do, I literally. It's all just, it has, and yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm just I think just do it. Be consistent. Do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Put out videos. They don't have to be on an iPhone. They can be on any phone. As long as it's a camera, you got it going on.
Got it.
And guys, we are going to raid Paula at Van Vita Travels next. So can we get a link in the chat? And yes, I see somebody said she grew 2,000 and in 2 weeks she went to 2,000. Awesome growth. Awesome. Yeah. I watched it. I think that's awesome. I love watching people do that, and I think it's amazing. That in itself is humbling. I mean, that's
and Carol from Glorious Life on Wheels, that helped a lot. I think a lot of her community just kind of shifted over and supported. So that was very.
Yep. Yeah. I just think it's amazing, and that's what we're all here for. We're all here for each other, to help each other out. So you guys remember that you can help another channel out, help them out. That's what it's all about. And one thing I want to tell all of the audience: have you looked in the mirror today and told yourself you're amazing? Because you all are.
That's my favorite thing that you say. I tell my kids, I'm like,
these guys are all amazing, and believe in yourselves, guys. So I will talk to you all later. Hang on here. I'm going to end this show, and we're going to go raid Paula. Thank you so much again, chat. I love you all. And let me play a little outro here, and we'll see you on the next one.